Hello and welcome to Doing Life Together, episode 61. It's Sonia Eckel, your host, and it's great to be here with you guys. Excited. All right. So tonight we're going to talk about a topic that I hope is really going to bless you. So for those of you who are on live or catching the replay, if you're catching the replay, how do you feel about exercise? I know there's really a few different types of people, right? Some of us are obsessed with exercise. We wouldn't miss it. You couldn't pay us to miss it, right? So there's that. Some of us do it because we think it's the right thing to do. We know all the health benefits and stuff, but maybe don't have that deep love for it. And some of us just downright don't really care for exercise. So where do you fall in that? And how do you stay active? How do you get the health benefits of being active, right? Because on here, we always talk a lot about health, right? So I was thinking back to when I first began researching the exercise called rebounding. And I think it would have been around 2010, 2011-ish, I think. So over a decade, I purchased my first rebounder, and I did what I always do. I went crazy on the research, and I went and I got what was, at least at that point, kind of considered the Cadillac of the rebounders. Now, you guys know my story that, I became an at-home mom and was raising the boys. We moved to South Dakota after I'd started my Norwex business. And I started my business in 2009 when we lived in Iowa. A year later, after our fourth son had been born at his home birth, which was my goal, to be able to have him at home. I think once you've had a baby at home, it's really hard to ever go back to the hospital. But I've shared before that the laws were much more home birth friendly in Iowa than South Dakota. So literally in 2009, July of 2009, I started my Norwex business. In July of 2010, our baby Sam, who is now 14, was born at home. And then within a couple weeks of his birth, we moved to South Dakota. So at that point, I was really grateful to have a little bit of extra income to be able to, again, pursue my wellness passion and to be able to buy a rebounder, because at least the one I bought was not super cheap. Okay. So I'm going to share with you, though, what I think is one of the most powerful exercises. It's super affordable, really. It is very efficient, and the health benefits are kind of off the charts. And let's talk about it. So, okay. And I want to know, what do you guys think of exercise? Are you exercise obsessed? Are you, I exercise because I know it's the right thing to do? Or are you like, I just kind of avoid exercise? Where do you fall? Because I know everybody can fall into a different camp on this one, right? Okay. So let's jump in on rebounding and why I fell in love with this. And so there's a few things. Number one, it is a cellular level exercise. So because when you hit the trampoline, it vibrates every cell in your body and every muscle contracts. So in that jump, your muscles are going to contract. As you hit the air, your muscles kind of release and you come back down, they contract. So it creates this amazing pumping in your muscular system that can help detox. So it's like really good for detoxing and for lymphatic drainage. It's excellent for aerobic. You'll be blown away by what an aerobic workout you can get on a trampoline. But it's also super duper flexible, like what you can do on it. And so I want to talk about that. Now, if any of you have some joint issues, it's really it can be such a low impact exercise, depending on how you do it, but even more depending on how you do it, depending on which rebounder slash mini trampoline you buy. This I can promise you, they are not all created equally. So I remember jumping on one that was a cheapie, okay? And it like hurt my bones to jump on it. And literally, it just sat in the corner. It never got used because it was very unpleasant and it wasn't a good feeling because it probably wasn't doing good things for the body of whoever was jumping on it. So I really do think this is one of those things that quality matters. And I am doing some research right now. Mine, I've had it again, coming up on 15 years, I suppose, soon. And it's breaking down a little bit. So I either need to figure out if I can get replacement parts from the company or what I need to do there, or I need to get a different one. So stay tuned. I'll try to come back to you guys when I learn more about that. I do think it was a fantastic, kind of well-known in the trampoline arena for sure. Okay, so it's going to help you with your cardio workout. So great way to get solid cardio. It's going to be low impact because all of your muscles are contracting. It's actually like an all at once exercise. Now you can do so many cool things on the rebounder where you can add some little arm weights, or there's really cool moves you can do. So you can make it as hard as you want it, basically. So if you're like, it's boring, I just don't want to jump. Oh, I have fun things. There's so many fun things you can do. Here's another really cool thing about rebounding though, is it really can help your balance and your coordination. So if you have balance stuff, because with age, that can tend to happen, not that any of us are aging, right? We're reverse aging. But let's say we were, balance is something we have to use and work on to keep it strong. And so this is a natural way to help your balance and your coordination stay strong. All right. I also believe it's huge for bone density. I really do. I think, again, it's a impact, low impact, but enough impact that I think it also is going to stimulate your bones. So that's just my opinion. So you can talk with your bone doctor about that. But the detox side of it is amazing, and that lymph drainage is great. Another thing that's really cool about it is it's been shown that if you will just take short breaks during the day and go jump even 10 minutes, that it will clear your mind, it will raise your energy levels because of the cellular impact, that cellular level. That's what got me. All those years ago, I was like, whoa, not only am I exercising my muscles and giving resistance to my bone structure, which is important, but I'm actually exercising at a cellular level. Oh, so cool, so cool. And can really help with weight management and just raising your metabolism, okay? But one of the best parts is a short time on a trampoline is equal to like a longer run. And I can't remember what the ratio is, but I actually fall into the category, I can't say I love exercise, okay? So I'm not in that category. I do it because I know it's the right thing to do, but it really has to be intentional for me. So I think like setting a timer on your phone where you hold yourself intentional, because especially if you work at a desk and you have a computer in front of you, there is a time warp that happens, right? Tell me it's not just me. And so literally 3 hours, like it just feels like it can just be gone. And so you want to set a timer so you can get up, get your blood flowing, get your cells moving. It's going to help you avoid that midday slump. So anyway, it's nice if you're working from home. Of course, if you're working at the office, then, or at another job, site, it might not work out so good, and then you would fit it in elsewhere. But it's also been shown for stress relaxation, I guess, reducing stress. That's what I was trying to say. And mental cognitive function, because when it comes to our brains, it's all about the blood flow all around the brain, and different things start inhibiting blood flow in the brain. And to my way of thinking, this would be a fantastic way to stimulate blood flow because you're getting your heart rate up. So you're getting that going and you're moving. So again, these are my ideas. This is not like neuroscience proven. At least I didn't take the time to look if it is, but it just seems like it would make sense. So yeah, and then the cool thing is don't start too fast. If you've never rebounded before, some of us are like, I am invincible, and you just go and you really want to just get after it. I would encourage you to take your time because it's a bit of a shock to the system. If you go on and you're jump skiing, like you're skiing down a hill, that's one thing, or high kneeing it, and you do a ton right away, your body actually may somewhat balk at you because it's different if you've not done it before. So just work in slow. Now, if you have any balance issues, of course, all these things are not medical advice. Always consult with a doctor to find out what you need to do in your specific situation. Of course. But if you have like balance issues or strength issues, you can sit on it and bounce. Like even if you're not able to stand, you can actually sit on it and bounce on it. Or you can just stand, get that one with a handlebar like that you can hang on to, and don't even leave the rebounder. Just get that vibration going through so your cells can start doing what they're made to do, which is move and be healthy and help restore and heal your body. So we love the efficiency. If you don't have a ton of time to exercise, rebounding is just an amazing choice. And so that's a few things. I think it also is known to help digestion. It's relatively fun. When it comes to exercise, again, you're talking to someone who doesn't necessarily think exercise. I loved sports, like playing sports was fun, but just to exercise, it just wasn't always my thing. So I have to find ways that it's sort of fun, and rebounding is sort of fun. So I think you'll enjoy that part of it. So I would love to hear in the comments, A, do you already have a rebounder, and are you already rebounding? B, and there's my thumbs up, after hearing some of the perks that I've shared, would you consider getting a rebounder and setting a phone alarm and just even 3 minutes on it? Like even if you aren't to 10 minutes, imagine what it would do if you just did 3 minutes to break up your day. For those of you who have the privilege of working at home, or in the morning before you head to work, just go in even just 3 minutes. Imagine what it could do given all the proven health benefits around this way of exercise. So do you already rebound? Do you have a rebounder but you never use it? Are you interested in getting it? Like, are you going, okay, that's kind of interesting? Or are you like, oh, I don't think it's for me. I'm already a rock star in the gym and that's my thing. So it doesn't matter where you are. I was just curious. So if you've been looking for a fun way to exercise, I would really, really encourage you to do this, but there's a huge difference in the rebounders on the market. Massive. I have tried some that are downright awful, and I would not jump on them. They actually felt like they were damaging, hurting my body by jumping on them. My advice is don't go cheap here. Okay, but there is within the rebounder world, I feel like there's levels. I think there's one for maybe 120 maybe that I found that seems to get decent reviews. And then there's another one that seemed to do really well, but that one was right around 400. I'm sure there's some good ones. Like I said, I haven't done all the research on the brands. I know that the one I purchased was very highly acclaimed and thought of at the point when I was researching, and kind of was looked at as the top of the line for the amount of resistance, but not too much. So good on your joints, but yet still not like super soft and giving. So anyway, but you can find it now. Some rebounders have metal springs and some have bungee cords. Back when I was researching, now I have to disclaim, this has been 10 to 15 years ago. But in my research on the studies and why it's so fabulous, it seemed like there was some hesitation around the bungee cords, and I was trying to think why, because I intentionally didn't choose a bungee cord one back then. But I mean, a decade's a long time. So maybe it's been really super improved. The bungee cord options, there's a lot more of those out there actually. So I just need to do a little deeper dive on that side of things. It does sound like there's some really good bungee cord options out there that I was finding. So anyway, that, my friends, is what I wanted to chat about tonight, and just encourage you to look into it. Hashtag do your research and figure out if this might be a super good fit for you. And know that, in my opinion, it's way more than exercise. It has way more benefits than regular exercise, which of course has fabulous benefits. And know this too, like you can, oh my goodness, there's so much you can do. So when you're on the trampoline, you can do high knee, like elbow to knee, like this, rotate. And then you get the rotation in your body, which is actually super, super awesome for long-term prevention of injuries. You can work your abs out amazing by how you lift either high knees or straight kicks. There's just so many things you can do. You can do, like I said, the ski thing, where you are both legs jump here and then both legs jump here, like you're skiing down the hill kind of. You can do that. You could add weights. So, and there's full out trainings on this. So I'm sure YouTube has loads of them if you need inspiration. All right. Well, thanks for joining me tonight. Always good to be here with you. If there are specific topics that you would love to learn more about or talk about, or you have questions, please don't hesitate to put it in the comments, and maybe we'll go there on a future episode. I always love to know how I can best serve you in our journey of doing life together. So thank you, my friends, and have a wonderful rest of your week.